Let us see the importance of C programming, that why we have to learn, what is the requirement. So first feature is C is a robust language. Now what is the meaning of robust? Robust means strong, and it is called as a robust because in C programming we have a rich set of operators and different inbuilt functions. That's why it is called as a robust. Then after second feature is a portable. What is the meaning of portability? Suppose I am writing one program and it is in a one computer, and the same program I want to execute on another machine, then we can do it by using little modification or no modification. So that is called as a portability. Then third feature is a middle level language. In previous module we have learned different types of languages like high level language, low level language and assembly language, and in that module we had seen that C is a high level language, but C language is the combination of low level and high level language. That's why it is called as a middle level language, because it is also used for creating our system software as well as application software. Next is a modular. Suppose we have a one complex program, then we can solve it using dividing into different modules, and after that modules we can combine it in a one single program. So it is called as a modular programming. Then next is a fast and efficient. Just remember the concept of compiler and interpreter. What is the difference between compiler and interpreter? By execution speed, compiler is a faster compared to interpreter, and for C programming we have to use compiler. That's why we can say that it is a fast and efficient. Then easy to extend means we have already different inbuilt functions available in our system library, but user want to create his own function, then we can create it and add in our library. That's why it is called as a easy to extend. It is also called as a structured language, because in next topic we are going to see the structure of C programming, that what are the sections we have to follow. So we have to write step by step compulsory. That's why it is called as a structured language. And C programming has only 32 keywords, means you have to just remember 32 keywords, and that keywords are using in our programming. And what is keyword? Keyword is a predefined words and it has a fixed meaning. So let us see the structure of C programming in detail, and it is very important theory for making program, right? So here in this structure some of the sections are mandatory and some of the optional. So let us see one by one. First section is a documentation section, and documentation section consists author detail, then program name, then input, output, all types of details, and it is an optional section. But what is the important of this section? When you have a write one program and the same program you want to pass another person, then if you have a write the details of your program, then the other person can easily understand that what is the definition of program, what will be the input, what will be the output. That's why it is a important part. And documentation section we can write in two different ways. First is a single line comment and second is a multiple line comment. So how we can write single line comment? Just see in example, using double slash we have to write our statement. Here write a sample program is a comment line, and when compiler execute our program, this comment line will not be executed by our compiler. So we can write anything in our comment line. This is a single comment line, but if you want to write multiple comment line, then you have to first slash star, then after write the statements, and at last again we have to do star and slash at the ending of our last statement. In this way we can write our comment line. Move to the second section, and that is link section. What is the function of link section? It is used to link our program to the system libraries, and it is a mandatory section. How we can write it? Just see the example. Hash include studio.h. Now what is the meaning of system library? Here studio is a one library, and the full form of studio is a standard input output. So if you want to use any type of input and output function, then these all are the functions are available in this particular library. So if you want to use this function, then compulsory we have to include this library. .h is an extension, and it is also called as a header file. That's why the extension is .h. And we have many different libraries available, but here I have shown only one library as a example. Then next section is a definition section. Again it is a optional part, and the meaning of definition section is used to define all symbolic constant. Means if you want to do any arithmetic operation, like just take one example, area of circle. So what is the formula of area of circle? It is a pi r square, right? So in pi r square, pi has a fixed value, that is 3.14, and in your whole program this value will never change, right? It is a constant. So this type of constant value we can define in our definition section. And how we can define it? Just to see the example. First write hash, then define, then pi space the value of our pi, that is nothing but 3.14. Next is a global declaration section. Again it is a optional part, but when you have some variables that you want to use in different functions or many more functions, then compulsory we have to declare these variables globally. Globally means outside all the functions. So just to see the example, int means integer, and integer a is a global declaration of our variable. And in this section we can also declare our user defined function. Our next part is a main function, and every C program must have a one function, that is main function, and our whole coding we have to write in this function. And just remember that always function starting with curly bracket and ending with closing curly bracket. And main contains again two parts. First is a declaration part, and second is a executable part. Now if you want to do any operation, then first you have to take some variables of particular data types, right? So first part we have to declare it, and then we can use it in our program or logic. So here in example, integer b is the declaration part, and when you use this b variable in your statement like c is equal to a plus b, or just print the value of b, that is called as a executable part. So the remaining logic portion is called as a executable part. And one more thing we have to remember, that the statements which we are going to use in a main statement, main function, that's all are always ending with semicolon. So remember this thing. And our last section is again optional part, that is subprogram section. And what we can write it in subprogram section, we can define our user defined functions that are declared in our global declaration part. And here you can define many functions that are limitless, means you can define one function, two function, up to n function. So which are the compulsory part? Link section and main section are mandatory parts for our programming, and remaining sections are optional part. So hope guys you understand the structure of C program very well, and if you have any query regarding this structure, it will result in our next video, and our next video will be practical session, and in practical session we are going to see that how we can write the program according to our structure, and all remaining topics we will discuss further. Till then, take care, bye bye, thank you so much.